The California sun, usually a beacon of warmth and optimism, cast an unsettling orange glow on San Francisco in the summer of 1968. An oppressive humidity clung to the city, mirroring the unease that gripped its residents. It started with a scream, a single, blood-curdling shriek that shattered the tranquil silence of a deserted lover's lane, nestled deep within the labyrinthine curves of Blue Rock Springs Park. Patrolman Don Ferrin, a grizzled veteran with a gut feeling honed by years on the beat, felt a tremor of dread crawl down his spine as he approached the clearing, drawn by the chilling echo. The headlights of a deserted Ford Mustang cast long, skeletal shadows across the dusty clearing. The air hung heavy with the metallic tang of blood and an unsettling stillness that seemed to scream of violence. Ferrin's flashlight, a feeble beacon in the encroaching darkness, sliced through the gloom, revealing a scene ripped straight from a fever dream. Darlene Ferrin, a young woman with hair like spun gold, lay sprawled lifelessly on the blood-soaked asphalt, her crimson stain blossoming grotesquely. Beside her, contorted in a macabre parody of a love embrace, was David Faraday, his eyes wide with a terror that transcended death. Carved crudely into their foreheads, a symbol, a circle bisected by a crosshairs, seemed to pulsate with an unnatural energy. It was the first chilling signature of a phantom they wouldn't know as the Zodiac Killer for weeks to come. News of the murders spread like wildfire through the city's underbelly, then erupted into a media frenzy. Fear, a silent predator, stalked the streets. Whispers of a deranged killer, a monster who reveled in the darkness, became a cacophony. Detectives Dave Toschi, a man whose stoicism was as legendary as his investigative prowess, and Bob Graysmith, a young cartoonist with a burgeoning obsession with ciphers and a mind that thrived on puzzles, were thrust into the heart of a nightmare. The investigation was a descent into a labyrinth of dead ends and false leads. Anonymous tips, fueled by paranoia and a collective sense of unease, flooded the station. Psychics hawking visions and self-proclaimed vigilantes offering their expertise clogged the already overflowing channels. The only tangible evidence, a single, muddy footprint, the imprint of a worn combat boot, and a spent point, .22 caliber shell casing at the crime scene, a chilling calling card left by a phantom killer. Then, amidst the mounting chaos, a letter arrived. Addressed in a messy, almost childish hand to the editors of the San Francisco Chronicle and the Examiner, it landed with a thud on their desks. The letter, a chilling mix of boastfulness and twisted logic, detailed the Blue Rock Springs murders in a detached, almost clinical manner. It spoke of the victims with a disturbing coldness, as if they were mere pawns in a macabre game. But the most chilling element was the signature Zodiac, the name, seemingly plucked from the astrological charts that littered the city's newsstands, sent a shiver down the spines of even the most jaded reporters. But the Zodiac wasn't done playing. Attached to the letter was a chilling challenge, a cryptogram, a jumbled mess of symbols and letters that promised a revelation about the next attack, a cryptic riddle taunting the authorities and the terrified populace. Days blurred into weeks as the best minds in the city, including Graysmith himself, who spent his nights hunched over the cryptic message, wrestled with the Zodiac's puzzle. The pressure mounted with every passing hour. Every tick of the clock felt like a countdown, a terrifying reminder that the Zodiac could strike again. Finally, a breakthrough. Amateur codebreakers in Illinois, fueled by the media frenzy and a morbid fascination with the case, cracked the Zodiac's cipher. It revealed a chilling detail, a specific location for the next attack, a school bus stop on a quiet suburban street in Vallejo. Panic erupted within the confines of the San Francisco Police Department. A frantic scramble ensued. Officers swarmed the area, their faces grim under the harsh glare of flashing squad car lights. Parents, alerted by a citywide emergency broadcast, clutched their children closer, their eyes filled with a raw fear. The air crackled with a palpable tension, a collective breath held in anticipation of the unknown. But the Zodiac, it seemed, thrived on chaos. The school bus arrived, its bright yellow paint a jarring contrast to the oppressive atmosphere. Doors creaked open, revealing a scene of terrified normalcy, sleepy-eyed children, harried mothers, the humdrum routine of daily life. The bus pulled away, leaving behind a bewildered crowd and a chilling realization the Zodiac had vanished, leaving behind a phantom threat and a city on the brink of hysteria. The attacks continued. A young couple, their dreams shattered on a secluded beach in Vallejo, a lone cab driver gunned down in the sterile light of a street lamp, his taxi idling eerily in the middle of the deserted avenue. Each scene became a macabre tableau, meticulously staged by the Zodiac, a testament to his twisted theatricality. And with each attack, the letters came, like venomous vipers slithering out of the darkness. They were addressed to specific newspapers, sometimes even to specific reporters, taunting the authorities with a chilling confidence. He reveled in the fear he inspired, his words laced with cryptic messages, bizarre astrological references, and outlandish claims of additional victims, each claim a needle plunged into the city's already frayed nerves. Graysmith and Toshi, their faces etched with lines of exhaustion and a gnawing frustration, became obsessed with the case. Sleep was a fleeting visitor, their nights haunted by the chilling symbol and the vacant eyes of the victims. Their days were a relentless pursuit, a constant chasing of shadows. Ballistics reports, witness interviews, endless deciphering attempts the case consumed them, a relentless tide threatening to drown them in its depths. The Zodiac, on the other hand, seemed to take a perverse pleasure in their torment. He sent mocking messages, addressed them by name, dropping hints that played on their deepest fears. He even threatened Graysmith's family, a chilling reminder that the game had no boundaries, no rules. The line between hunter and hunted blurred with every passing day. The pressure became a vise, tightening around their throats, stealing the breath from their lungs. Then, in 1970, a sliver of hope emerged. A discarded watch, found near the Lake Berryessa attack, yielded a partial fingerprint. It wasn't much, but it was a tangible lead, a thread they could finally grasp. A citywide manhunt ensued, fueled by a desperate hope for closure. Days bled into weeks, weeks into months, the fingerprint leading them down a labyrinth of dead ends and false positives. The frustration was palpable, a bitter pill to swallow after clinging to such a fragile hope. The Zodiac, as if sensing their despair, seemed to relish it. A series of new letters arrived, filled with renewed threats and a chilling new cipher, even more complex and cryptic than anything they had encountered before. This one, he boasted, was unbreakable, a final taunt before he vanished back into the shadows. The best minds in the country were called in, a collective sigh of defeat hanging heavy in the air. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, the cipher remaining an unyielding fortress, its secrets mocking their desperate attempts. Just as abruptly as it began, the Zodiac's communications ceased in 1974. Had he grown bored of the game? Had he found a new target, a new city to terrorize? Or was the silence part of a more sinister plan, a calculated pause before a final, devastating act? The question hung heavy in the air, a chilling reminder that the Zodiac, the Phantom Killer, was still out there, a spectre lurking in the city's shadows. The case remains open, a testament to the Zodiac's chilling effectiveness. The ciphers haunt the internet, a challenge to armchair detectives from across the globe. The Zodiac Killer is a spectre, a whisper in the fog, a constant reminder that sometimes the face of evil remains frustratingly unknown. He may have faded from the headlines, but his legacy of fear continues to linger, a chilling echo in the streets of San Francisco, a city forever marked by the phantom terror.